my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, the size of the smile on my face probably gives it away. Joining us right now in our studio is Wayne McKay. He's a seasoned, to say the least, stand-up comedian, actor, podcaster, voiceover artist extraordinaire, and a brilliant master of ceremonies because he's just so ridiculously funny. And he's currently preparing for a comedy production, Look Who's Joking with Wayne McKay, set to bring, I'm sure, a lot of side-splitting laughter to Cape Town this July. So let's give him a feel-good, side-splitting welcome. Look at that. You look great. Your energy is great, buddy. So good to see you. How are you?
I am fantastic. Just getting here alone is a mission, but I'm loving it. And early in the morning, I can see why you guys look the way you do. Just that smiles alone. Early in the morning. I just don't know how you guys do it, but I like it. So it's great
called
to be
makeup, wardrobe.
I was about to say that's
a friendly disposition.
And a lot of coffee.
And a cup of coffee.
You can't go wrong.
A couple of cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Wayne, like, I am such a fan of yours. I have these cousins that are a bit older than me that are boys that grew up. And you actually went viral on the flats before virality was even a thing.
Wow.
You know what
Listen,
I'm saying?
you know, when YouTube is just telling me, sending me stuff like, you're one of the old OGs. You know, when YouTube just wanted to start off, I'm like, well, thank you very much. I was a size, I think it was a size 29 that time. But I loved it. And it was
the
nice...
Wayne McKay one-night show, come on.
Yeah. But it's actually McKay, not McCain. People keep getting it wrong. They normally say McCain, and I say, look, McCain is actually frozen veggie, aisle number 4 in some supermarket. But it's fine, I accept that. But it's cool, I'm loving it.
The journey has been long, it's been fruitful, it's been beautiful, and you are here now. Can you tell us a bit more about that and where you're at in your comedy career?
Well, the show, it's about, as I spoke to Graham earlier a minute or two ago, it's about my life journey. And as you mentioned earlier, it's from way back then. And, you know, sitting with friends around, having a braai and stuff like that, and especially with friends that was at school with you, and they can tell, they bring out things, and I tell you, like, you were like, this. I'm like, what? And I'm sitting here, and then, you know, the juices flow, and you start kind of writing a show in your mind. And I thought, why not just focus on all the stuff that my journey as a comedian across, not just performing across South Africa, but around the world in different parts, and bringing back all those things and bringing it to a show, putting it on stage, and people can see, but oh my word, is this what this guy's been up to? You know,
It's different now, I would imagine, being a comedian. And we're lovely. We get this front row seat to have life explained to us by the amazing artists that perform and the comedians that kind of hold up that mirror. You've just done a stint on the MSC Splendida all around the world. Does it feel different to you now? That would have been an international audience, some Sappers, a bit of a mixed bag. Does it feel like the world is different now as you hold up that mirror for us to have a good laugh?
In a sense, yes, because one of the things that I got to experience, in fact, the request came through before I got onto the cruise liner, was that some of the comedians are doing, because we're on for a long time, so they do the same material every day. And someone suggested, can't you do, they got some complaints from the passengers, is it any possibility that you could do comedy, different style of comedy every day? And I thought that was an amazing
You're
challenge.
like, hold my drink.
Oh my drink, I'm off, I'm going to start writing. And the whole idea is just cruising, walking around the ship and was watching, and every day just putting on a set of comedy, and people loved it. And when you speak about the mirror, just talking about the mirror of people on the ship and how Cape Townians and obviously the foreigners that was also there. Taking a bit of not just the mickey out of them, but they could see. There came a point about 3, 4, 5 days onto the cruise when I was going on one of the area where they do their lunch and breakfast. People, when they saw me coming on, they were like, no, just don't say anything. It's going to be on stage later this afternoon. You're back. And it was good fun. So I love that type of brief. And I like challenging myself when it comes to comedy, because different forms,
But that's lived comedy. That is amazing. That's why I think the genre was created. So kudos to you.
Thank you very much.
And it takes a seasoned comedian to be able to do that, right? Kind of work on the fly and be excited about that challenge instead of like a little bit scared. Well, speaking about seasoned comedians, I know that you're joined by others on your show. Please tell us more about that. Give me details. Can you say who's going to be joining you?
Well, one of the things I like doing with comedy, I've combined it with music or dance, and I love dancing because in my day growing up as a youngster, I belonged to a freestyle group of dancers. So way back in the day, I mean, I see the dancers, the young dancers you have showcased on Expresso on a weekly basis. I love it. But we, the old school guys, the OGs, and I was just was seeing them utterly on YouTube. These guys, I thought they're no longer around because I used to belong to these groups. And I contacted them and I said, guys, I know you guys are all over 50, 60, some are going with 70, some are on medication. But I need us to kind of showcase what you've been doing from way back in the 80s. And these guys are extremely cool. They fit, they can still do it. Although, like I said, they're on medication. So they will be part of the show, just doing a bit. I can't let them do like an hour, maybe just a few minutes.
The back and the knees.
Now you understand our show, okay? 8-minute bursts, we'll be okay.
Ambulance on standby and all those type of things. So that's going to be part of the show as well.
Buddy, as I listen to you speak now, it feels like your sphere has just expanded. Because now you can be professionally yourself in a very different way. You can be the comedian, you can be the social commentator, you can be the mentor, which I know is a big part
very important.
of that. But then there is the communicator, and you can't be as good as you on a stage or in front of the camera and not use that. How else are you doing that? We hear podcasts, very modern, okay, very modern way.
You have to adapt all the time.
What else are you up to? What's got you excited in your world
my
at the
business that I run is events company, it's Wayne McKay Event Services. So I'm always involved with different companies, whether it's business and also with community, because coming from a community like Mitchell's Plan, I always try and give back as well.
I have to,
And so that keeps me very, very busy with either coordinating, hosting, emceeing, and just making sure that an event goes according to plan. And you know, if you can do it with your eyes closed, not that I'm bragging, you've been doing it for many years, and then people are like, oh no, well, we're happy we hired you for that.
Buddy, I'm going through my head podcast names here, and every one of them speaks to my own, I suppose, advanced age within our industry, but it kind of feels like you're hitting your straps at the moment. What is the podcast called?
It's called the Wayne McKay and Baidu Show.
Okay.
So myself and another gentleman, Baidu Adams, we were in the media industry, and you get podcasts with people, they're just having the talk, but we do it like it's very non-scripted. But when we get businesses in, like we've done recently, in fact, we were doing the whole thing on cannabis, and I was like, I don't smoke, but now I know a lot about cannabis, and I'm like very interested. But those myths, and we actually had that conversation with companies, with businesses, with individuals, with artists, because we have to combine it with artists as well, and showcase them. So it's unscripted. We do it. We do an hour, 1 hour, 30-odd minutes, and they enjoy it because it's always the feedback. I always watch everything 2 days later, like, oh, is that what I said? That's quite interesting.
See, that's a comedian. That's the safe thing, though. You don't go straight to the comments after the show.
No, you're right.
Got to brew a little bit.
I'm having coffee rather.
Yes, unscripted and uncut. We're here for it. I'm going to put you on the spot right now as well, right? We've got a Good Morning post that's been floating around. I don't know if you can throw your mind back to your schooling days, but if there is something that stood out for you in terms of maybe something you picked up, something you learned, something that a teacher instilled in you, do you recall anything?
I would say never give up. That's the one thing I liked about our teachers. And up until today, we're still in contact with them via WhatsApp. That's the amazing thing, to be able to be in contact with them. And we've got there's a Facebook group as well. But to be in contact with them, it's amazing. So one of the things they were great inspirations for us during the days in the 80s and stuff like that.
Very different time.
No,
but it's you just won't understand, girl.
No, you won't.
For all the right reasons.
There we go. Rubber bullets. And your teacher's just telling you, no, you need to study. Just keep it going. I'm like, but I got bullets up in here. Rubber bullets. So it's very difficult if you want to go through the airport security. It's like, ding, ding, or what's that? That's my rubber bullet. So they were very inspirational. Always trying to guide us to either to continue our studies and up until today, because they watch what we do. That's the thing about teachers. They still up to now watch what you do.
Well, they never stop teaching.
They never, and we still treat them with the respect that we when we spoke to them when we were at school. So I'm loving that. So
and I bet you all of them have gone, comedian, comedian, comedian. I saw that coming. Very quickly, how can we get tickets, my friend?
Tickets for the show, look who's joking. Well, it's at the theatre called the Wave Theatre out in Long Street, 44 on Long Street. So people can go online to book their tickets. It's www.catchthewave.co.za events, and it's happening on the 25th and the 26th of July. So people can come out.
Payday.
Payday.
Yeah,
It's important for payday. They gotta go. People just like where, when, how. You know,
don't wait
all the rains.
for payday to buy the tickets. Because after this morning, I reckon they're going to go, and they're going to go very, very fast. Thank you so much for being just so wonderful. He's going to give us just a little taste, a little skit, if you will, as comedians do on your Feel Good Breakfast show in just a moment. So stick around.